Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today's video we're going to be adding an animation and a delay to our punch and endurance or push-up tools. We're going to add an animation of cyclic power in a separate video because it's a bit different. So I just want to do the two similar scripts in one video and then a different one in this video or in the next video. So to get started, you want to go to your starter pack, open that up, and go into your punch tool, open that up, and in your script, we're going to start off by actually making the delay. So at the second line, we're going to do local db equals false. Actually, let's set this to true instead. So this is going to be a variable called dbounce, and it's going to be true. Now inside of the activator, we're going to do if db equals true, then db equals false, wait 1, db equals true, else if db equals false, then print no training. Sorry about that. So pretty much this checks if the dbounce value is true, and if it is, then set it to false. Then this can be however long you want the delay to be. I'm going to do 1 second, so it's going to wait 1 second. And if the player tries to click before it gets set back to true, they're just not going to be able to gain. So if it is true, they can gain and it'll go back to false, and then after a second it'll go back to true so they can gain again. So then you just want to highlight this line, press Ctrl X to cut it out, or right click and press Ctrl X, and after the then for the if statement, paste in the script. So this right here is going to be adding ourselves a nice little delay. Let's head back to our game. Let's hit the play button. Let's give this a little try. To hit play, go to our stats, and as you can see, let me go near my mic. I'm clicking quickly, and it's only gaining every 1 second. And as you can see inside of output, it says no training for the times that I click that it's not there. So that's our nice little delay there. I'm just gonna upgrade this because I feel like it. So now we can stop that. So now let's let this load up. Alright, so now we're going to do animations. So if you don't know how to make an animation, go to plugins, go to build rig, insert a block rig. For now we're going to do R15 because that's what our character is. Insert a block rig. You can just place them down here. Then in plugins, hit animation editor, and here you should have this little pop-up here. Now select your dummy and then name this to whatever you like. I'm gonna name it punch because, well, it's the punch tool. Hit create. So now we got our little dummy guy right here. Oh yeah, if you suck at animating, either look up a tutorial or honestly, I don't encourage you to do this, but just take it from the toolbox to give it a test. If you don't want to animate now, you can just take an ID from there, just a test. I don't recommend you take animations, but it's up to you how you do your game. So I guess now you make your animation. Now in this video, I'm not really gonna teach you how to make a good animation, cause honestly, I don't know either. So I'm gonna just do some random junk with his arm, make things happen. You know, no, that's not working. I really don't know what to do with his arm, so I guess he punches, goes back in. Yeah, so you can do literally anything you'd like with this animation. So it's like it's a terrible animation, I know. It gets the job done, alright? So I'm just gonna, you want to go to the three little dots. Actually, you can expand this animation a bit. I'm gonna just spread these out real quick. You can expand your animation a little bit, however you'd like. So I'm gonna hit the three dots next to my animation name. I'm gonna press publish to Roblox, and then you can, a little pop-up will appear. You probably can't see this. You just press submit, and then there's gonna be something that says ID under your punch name. Press the little 2-page icon, and it should copy the ID. Then you can hit close. Now, once you've done that, you can close out your animation editor, head back to your script and your punch tool. Now, at the top, I'm just going to put a comment. You don't have to do this. I'm just going to do this because I'm 99% chance I'm going to forget what my code is. So, now that we got our animation code, we're going to do local anim. So, we're making a variable called anim, and then we're going to do instance.new animation. So this is like adding an animation to workspace or whatever, and blah blah blah. Then we can do anim dot animation ID equals. So we're gonna set the animation ID for the animation. And we do rbx asset ID colon slash slash and then your ID. So pretty much this is just the format that a animation ID has to be in, and then here will be your animation ID. So you can also do this local ID equals, and then you can do like this. It should work the same, even though I haven't tried this. So you just change this to your ID and whatnot. But for this video, I'm just not going to do that. I'm gonna just paste it right there because, well, it's more convenient. Now we're gonna make a variable local track, and I don't know if I've explained this in a previous video, but variables don't instantly have to be assigned to a value. You can assign it later on inside of the script. So instead of our if statement, we're going to do track. So now we're going to set its value equals script dot parent dot parent dot parent, and then it should be dot humanoid. Make sure you spell that right. So the script's parent, actually, wait, script's, oh, it should be two parents, my bad. So script's parent, which is the tool, and then the tool's parent, which is starter pack, which starter pack turns into the player. Then we can get the humanoid from the player's character, and we're gonna do load animation, anim. So this just loads the animation inside of the player's character. Now we can set some information for a track if you didn't do that in the actual animation editor. So I'm gonna track dot priority. This sets like, how should I explain this? This sets what if it's gonna override a specific thing. So we're gonna do equals enum. I'm not sure to explain this, but then action priority or animation priority dot, and then we're gonna do action because we want it to be an action. This pretty much, if this was like idle, or it would be easily overridden, I guess you could say it that way. Now track dot looped equals false because we don't want it to constantly loop from one click, and then we're just gonna do track dot, or yeah, it should be track play to play our nice little animation. So that should be this one script done. So let's close out that script and let's hit the play button. Let's allow this to load. So now if we press play and we get our punch tool, you can see my very cursed swinging animation. It's really bad, but you can see it working there. My arm is jiggling around and I'm gaining strength. So that's our little animation there for our punch tool. Now let's do our push-up tool. Your push-up tool, if you want to be lazy, which I kind of do, but I want to explain how it works to you, you can just copy this entire script and just redo this line. But I'm going to retype the entire thing because we should do that. So local db equals true, so local dbounce. And I'm not going to explain this part that much because it's pretty much the same part as I explained last time. It's just a little bit different because of a different ID, and yeah. So I'm just going to be showing you each part again. So if db equals true, then db equals false, wait 1, db equals true. You can put any delay you want here. Let's say you want them to only be able to click every 5 seconds. Then you would change that to 5. So, and if it's false, they cannot train. Then you want to press Control X or right click this and press cut. And then paste this right there. So now once again we want to make an animation. So I'm gonna do my intense animating skills, and you can press the 3 dots on your dummy and press create new. And this is just gonna be push up, create. So let's see how am I gonna do this. I'm just gonna rotate them, put them on the ground. Gonna change this. Put them near the ground, I guess. His feet touching the ground. Rotate these arms. I might make a future video on how to animate better, but for this video I'm just gonna do this because I did take some classes from some guy that is good. So I'm just going to what's nice. Okay, and you usually want to end off your animation the same way you started it off, so just like copy the ending part, paste it at the start. So this looks very dumb, but hey, it's something. So then you press publish to Roblox, push up, copy the ID, close it, close out of the animation editor, head back to your push up tool. I'm gonna paste this at the top just for safety. Then we're gonna do local anim equals, making a variable. So then we're gonna do instance.new animation, then animation ID equals rbx asset ID :/ and your ID. So we're making a new animation. And just to clarify this, a new instance is like pressing the plus on push up and inserting an animation. And as you can see in animation and properties, there is an animation ID value, that's what we're setting. So after we set our ID, we're going to make a non-instantly assigned variable. So we're going to assign this in here. So track equals script.parent.parent.humanoid load animation anim. So we're loading the animation in the humanoid so the humanoid can use it. Then track.priority equals enum.animation priority.action, so it doesn't get, or so it overrides the default idle animation. Then track.loop equals false, and then we're going to track play. We don't want it to loop because we don't want it to keep doing a push up from one click, because then, well, that'd be a little awkward. So let's give this a little test. So should be able to press play. Let's test out a delay. As you can see, I am spam clicking and it is gaining 1. I'm just gonna increase this, and you can see my godly animating skills in the background. Me just eating the ground. It's pretty good. So yeah, that's how you make animations and add a delay to your training so people can't just auto click and gain a billion in seconds. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and hopefully it helped you. In the next video we should be doing psychic idle animation so we can meditate and such, or in the next episode. So yeah, hopefully this video helped you and hopefully you enjoyed, and yeah, bye.